Okay. Wow. Football is starting to fucking really get good. And I'm going to tell you what.
Just super cray in college.
I want all 4 of these teams in college football. Man. What, your mic's fucked up? I want all 4 of these teams to go undefeated.
Oh.
You know why? Because it's going to cause a ruckus. But you know what will happen?
Uncle Ruckus?
Uncle Ruckus.
Revitiligo Uncle Ruckus?
Now.
Got a code 212 at the back gate?
Mm-hmm. Now, this
Boondocks
is the thing.
Pimping.
Bama's sitting at 1, Kansas State sitting at 2, Oregon sitting at 3, Notre Dame is sitting at 4. All of them are undefeated. Right now, if they all went undefeated, who do you think would be in the national championship?
Alabama and Notre Dame.
I think nope.
That's who I think. Notre Dame's got the toughest schedule in the country, hands down, bar none. Period. End of story.
But
I don't give a shit.
But this is the thing. This is what you got to look at. Notre Dame has the toughest schedule and has had the toughest schedule. From here out, they're already sitting in the 4th spot. And this is what I wanted to talk about today. They're sitting in the 4th spot. And they're sitting in the 4th spot because the games that they are supposed to fucking win, they're struggling. Purdue, you know what I mean? Struggling.
Oh, I understand.
Fucking the game. And Pitt. These are the games when you're looking at the BCS standings, the BCS, the computers, that's how you're ranked, and that's a third of the ranking. And they fuck themselves with those overtime wins and so
they got 3 games to make it up, because I'm gonna tell you right now, K-State, unless Klein, depending on how hurt Klein is, they're not gonna run the table with these 3 schools left.
K-State's gonna have a problem, but I'm saying it hypothetically. If they all of them run the table.
Oh, if all of them run the table, who do I think's going to be in, or who do I want to be in?
If all of them run the table and end up undefeated, I think it's Bama and Oregon, because both of them have some pretty tough games left. They're going to bump up in the BCS. They're going to bump up in the coaches poll. Oregon has beat the shit out of everybody. Well, Bama's had the tough-ass schedule.
The biggest difference is Oregon's getting ready to play three ranked teams, or 3 teams that used to be. Well, yeah. Well, at least 2 more ranked teams, and then a title game, which more than likely will be against USC.
Right.
And USC, to do that, USC's got to beat UCLA, which they should. UCLA is in front of USC by 1 game. If USC beats UCLA, should put them in a lock for the title game, which means they have to play Oregon again, which means you're fucked. Because I watched the Oregon-USC game, and Oregon does not care who you are or how you line up. They're going to run their offense. Oh, look, we just got hit for a 3-yard loss. They turn around and then throw a 25-yard pass.
They're just unbelievable.
If you have not watched Oregon play, you need to cut a little section out of your day, even for just half an hour, 10 minutes, 3 possessions, do whatever you want. They are an amazing team that runs a very gimmicky system.
Yeah.
But you know what their system reminds me a lot of after watching football this NFL season, or this past Sunday? The Washington Redskins offense.
Yeah,
they have multiple people in the backfield. It's a lot of play action passing. It's a lot of – there is no time for the quarterback. That quarterback gets the ball. He knows where he's going. He's throwing it. Doesn't matter who's there.
Now, I will say this. I don't know. I wanted Bama so bad to lose.
Who you telling?
Because I wanted to see a mix-up in the SEC. I wanted to see, LSU with they have a loss. I wanted to see what could happen there, because now from 5 to 8, you've got basically Georgia, Florida, LSU, and South Carolina. 4 more SEC teams, and it would just be interesting.
No, and what's fucked up is Alabama literally plays 2 also ran. They play Texas A&M, and then seriously, I think they play like Georgia Southern and Weber State.
Right.
And then what's strange is, like, Georgia and Florida both have an SEC loss, but it's not against each other. It's against other teams. Like, one loss to South Carolina,
and
one loss to Georgia. It's just so fucked up.
Yeah. It's like the paper, scissors, rock in that division right now. Yeah, I mean, like one team beats one.
No, I got that. But how is it?
I said division.
No. What fuck? Reference back to what you said.
It's like I said. It's like the paper, scissors, rock.
That's not how it said. It's rock, paper, scissors.
It's rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
I always said paper, scissors,
okay,
rock.
you tell us how it said.
I said paper, scissors, rock.
Kevin says,
I don't even give a fuck. I'm going to tell you what. I don't even give a fuck how it said, because I'm going to tell you what. The thing that irritates me the most about that game is this. Okay, fucking what beats rock? What beats rock? Tell me.
Alabama.
No, what beats rock in the game?
Paper.
Okay, hold this paper up.
We've been over this. It's on the Facebook thing.
Okay, you saw it, right?
Yes.
I throw the rock at you, the rock wins.
Right. But as I said, you get somebody with a pen to write some legal shit to make it illegal to pick up that rock. Pimpin', you need to go back and read that, because Don liked that shit, because Don's a political cat.
Don liked that shit?
You go back and read it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, go back and read my
report.
report.
On my post?
Yes.
I didn't see that shit.
Anyway, y'all are missing out if you're not following either one of us on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah, because we fucking
are retarded.
just retarded shit.
Yeah.
Now let's roll over to the NFL. The
So
National
you
Football
think
League.
it's going to be Alabama versus Oregon if they run the table?
I think, yeah.
Even if K-State runs the table?
I think K-State, this is the thing.
Because, I mean, there's a fairly large discrepancy. And in my 2 100ths of a point,
it's 2 100ths of a point, but this is the thing. K-State is going to end their season early, and Oregon State is going to play.
No, they both have 3 more games. Just one's a title game. To me, you can't put more weight on a title game.
But who does?
Because they've already beat USC once, so they should beat them again.
Yeah, but the only tough game that K-State has is Texas, and Texas this week.
At TCU?
What's TCU ranked?
They're not.
Yeah.
But that's not the point.
Okay, and Baylor.
Yeah, so?
Okay, Oregon.
Oh, I thought you might.
No,
Sorry.
Oregon has Stanford
and at
ranked,
Oregon State.
And at Oregon State.
Yeah, they're both ranked.
And they're both ranked. And then
more than likely they'll be playing USC. If not, they play UCLA. Trust me, they want USC again.
And if they play UCLA by that time, they'll be ranked. There'll be another ranked opponent.
UCLA will not be ranked.
Shit. Let me see this shit.
Go ahead and look it up.
Talk to the people while I look this shit up.
UCLA will not be ranked. I will guarantee that. If they run the table, including beating USC, I don't think UCLA will be ranked.
UCLA is currently ranked.
Like I said, they're currently ranked right now. So more than likely, they will still be ranked. So in other words, Oregon's going to play 3 more ranked teams, more than likely catapulting them into
UCLA
second.
only had 2 losses. They're nasty. And they beat Nebraska.
Who hasn't?
Nebraska's only had 2 losses. The only team that's better than Nebraska in the Big Ten is Ohio State. You know, let me tell you something. I actually wish Ohio State was not fucking on sanctions. You know, I was ready to say economic sanctions, but yeah, I wish that. But anyway,
ready for the NFL?
Let's go to the NFL. Division leaders.
Sure. You got the Giants, the Bears, the Falcons, and the 49ers. This is if the playoffs were today. And then your wild cards would be Packers and the Seahawks, which is crazy because the Seahawks are doing it with straight defense.
They are.
And Marshawn Lynch.
And they're looking better and better.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Because I know someone
Melvin is fucking losing.
I'm sure.
Jerking his cock right now. Now, on the AFC side, you got your division leaders, the Patriots, the Ravens, the Texans, the Broncos, and your wild card teams, as of now, would be the Colts and the Steelers.
That's nuts for one of those teams.
That tells me right now, and this was a debate today, as much as I like Andrew Luck, scouts no shit, man. I'm going to tell you what. People were like, oh, who's been more valuable to the franchise? Has Luck been more valuable to the Colts or Peyton Manning been more valuable to the Broncos? And I listened to this. What would you say?
Just off of snap judgment, Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. That's what I said. And people will never, and you and I are both huge Peyton Manning fans, but Peyton Manning inherited a team that was in the playoffs last year with Tebow as the quarterback. That's how nasty their defense was.
Peyton inherited a team with a young-ass receivers who balled out with Tebow and a nasty defense.
The only thing Andrew Luck had was one person, Reggie Wayne.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Dwight Freeney and some aging people. His defense is rancid.
What was their record last year?
Doo-doo, 2 and fucking 100.
The kid has already thrown for fucking 4 games over 300 yards. He just broke the rookie passing record.
433.
433 this week.
Out of all this, you know what I'm more or less looking at? The Ravens, because the Ravens aren't going to win that division.
They're not.
The Ravens right now at 6-2 will not win the division. It'll be the Steelers.
It'll be the Steelers because they looked good yesterday.
Yeah. Now, what George had come up with is the season's broken in the quarters.
Right.
You play 16 games.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do this last week for you because of the storm and Sandy, that nasty
we just
woman.
fuck filming.
But what we wanted to do is give you an update on the rookie quarterbacks. You still have 5 starting rookie quarterbacks, and guess what? They're as of week. What are we? Week 9? Did we just finish week 9?
Finish week 9.
We just finished week 9. So
some of them only played 8 games.
This has got a little extra week in it, but as of week 9, all 5 are still starting. All 5 are still projected to start next week. I'm starting with RG3 just because what I did is I went down the list, and this is ranked by passer rating.
Okay.
So this is how they are by passer rating or quarterback rating.
Quarterback rating.
RG3's first. RG3's team is 3-6. He's passed for 1,900 yards. He's completing 65% of his passes. He's got a touchdown to interception ratio of 8-3, and he's rushed for 529 yards. Now, my completely objective opinion of the Redskins, they run a very dink-and-dunk offense, which is awesome. They bank hard on play-action pass, which is awesome. I mean, they look good at times, but to me, right now, their offense reminds me of a lot of the first time we saw the Wildcat.
Yeah.
People's minds were blown. Next season, no one did shit with the Wildcat.
Right.
So I'm glad they're having success now. And Kevin can tell you, I have not given them shit at all this season. I want the Redskins to do well because it's been tough.
And
it's been so tough for so long.
This is the thing where I will defend RG3. His two best offensive weapons are gone. Fred Davis and Pierre Garçon. And you saw the first two games, but the first game, the first person he hit, bam, this is the longest pass.
Yeah, he's got no deep threat. He's got no one can stretch the field.
Last week he had a record drops, 12 drops.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
And so you're looking at his rating. He's still got the best rating with all those drops. He's still got the best rating with those things, but it's like he's not making bad decisions. He's not throwing the ball. He's so fucking accurate, but he just doesn't have any fucking help.
And part of that is they're not asking him to make a 15-yard pass. They're not looking for him to throw the ball that far down the field. Right. They're running a lot of option read, which is me personally. Every time I see him pull the ball back, I go, right. And I hope he doesn't get hit. I really don't. I want to see
this week. He's going to be done.
I want to see the kid play, but to me, in this offseason, you've got to get to more of a conventional one-back, shotgun running back next to you type set. Mm-hmm. You just have to. That's the way the NFL's gone. Yeah. And if not, then you're going to go to an I formation. You're going to hand the ball off 30 times. And then you're going to need – that's why you're going to need 8 running backs. Yeah.
They're going to need them. I mean, and they've been going through running backs over the last 2 years. They have gone through some running backs. Where's Haluk? Where's Hightower? Where are they all? Who? Right. Next guy, Russell Wilson, his team is 5-4, like George and I said earlier. The Seahawks are looking good with each passing game. A lot of it
with defense.
They are. He has 1,639 yards passing, a 62% completion ratio. Completion
I was
percentage.
Shocked that he was the leader in touchdown passes on this.
Wow, yeah, because he's got 13 touchdown passes, only 8 picks. Mm-hmm. And he's rushed for 155 yards.
Which is not surprising. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, Russell Wilson, everyone, at least I would think you think run first, pass second. Mm-hmm. But I was surprised that he's thrown the ball that has 13 touchdown passes. Yeah. I really am. Now, mind you, out of this list, he has passed for the least amount of yards. Yeah. Now, again, this is all done by passer quarterback rating. I didn't put the rating in. Now, third quarterback on the list who I think he's going to be better than average. I don't know if he'll ever be a superstar, but I think he has potential to be.
Well, no, the third quarterback in the list, you can't be saying. You mean
it's just a rookie year. I don't think you can look at any of these guys and project whether they're going to be superstars or not. We're 8-9 games in.
Who are you thinking of?
I'm talking about Andrew Luck.
Oh, really? I think Luck's going to be a superstar.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, look, I hope he is.
This is what I look at Andrew Luck.
Poise.
Well, what he inherited, he's poised. He doesn't get rattled. His team is 5-3. He's thrown for 2,400 yards. And, okay, these other quarterbacks, except for Tannehill, have played 9 games. He's only played 8. And he's thrown for 400 yards more than the next closest rookie quarterback.
Look, I hope he's a superstar. Mm-hmm. But look, anytime I say something's going to happen, it usually backfires. So this is my reverse psychology way of saying, maybe he won't, and hopefully he does.
Now, the funny thing about this is Andrew Luck, which most people don't realize, everybody would think that Russell Wilson will have rushed more yards. Russell Wilson has rushed for 155 yards. Andrew Luck has run for 148 in only 8 games. Yeah. So he's actually probably rushing for more yards. And that's a stat that freaked me. I mean, none of them are rushing like RG3 has 529 fucking yards.
You want to know why Andrew Luck has rushed for that many yards?
Because he's going to get killed if he doesn't run.
Because he's an athlete.
He's an athlete. And a smart one, too.
Now, on to our boy down in Miami, who I'm going to tell you right now, if you told me they were going to put in a rookie quarterback and go 4-4 in the first 8, I'd be like, below me.
Yeah, I would have never thought that shit.
And guess what? They're 4-4. This kid, Ryan Tannehill, is 1,700 yards, 58.9 completion percentage, 5-6 on the touchdown, the picks, and he's only rushed for 24 yards. So I'd say he's more or less
a pocket pass. I mean, yeah, he sits in the pocket. But you know what, man? He has surprised me because he came into some fucking mess
shit
down
show.
There. He did, and you and I both were like, we were definitely not fucking smoking no Tannehill. We were not high on that shit. I mean,
that shit's at like 5th option.
It was, and and then we rounded out with Weeden,
the old man of the group.
He is the old man.
Who might be a rookie on your scorecard, but the Bama's 26 years old.
He's 26 years old. His team is 2-7 currently.
Which is reflective of he's got a bad team.
He's got a bad team. But of all these guys, he's definitely the one that's not doing too hot right.
But it's as bad as his team is, they've still been in a lot of games. Yeah. So,
2,088 yards passing. He's got a 55% completion percentage. 9 touchdowns, 12 picks. That's something that's kind of, and he's got 64 yards rushing, which is irrelevant.
I tell you what I'm impressed most by out of all these rookie quarterbacks, their completion percentages.
Yeah.
I think it's I did not expect these guys to come out and be doing so well.
Not one's under 55.
No.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
I see the Redskins aren't giving up, which is good because you're pros and you shouldn't give up at any point.
Yeah, Shanahan's saying that, but I mean, I think
he's given up.
He's given up.
If you need to make that statement.
The crazy thing about Shanahan is right now he's in his third year and all this stuff, and he's wanted this. You know, I mean, he hasn't really done a lot since Elway. Bruce Allen brought everything he needed, and right now his winning percentage is worse than Spurrier's and Jim Zorn's. I don't think a lot of people realize that, and he's been there longer. It is worse than Steve Spurrier and Jim Zorn's. It's worse. So at some point in time, people are going to start going, oh, okay, Jim Haslett, I would just say, get the fuck out of town. Ever since he's put the 3-4 into play, it's been worse. It's not getting better. You can blame it on Arakpo or say I don't care. Everybody has fucking injuries in this league. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the game, and it's like you're getting worse every fucking season.
Now, there's two things I want to talk about. No offense, but we're not going to cover all this shit because it's just
too much, yeah.
But there's two things, and I don't think either one of them are on there that I want your opinion.
None of this stuff's important on there.
Right, and I want your opinion. One, Sean Payton is going to be a free agent at the end of the season. Would you want him to coach the Redskins? Put it this way. Would you want him to coach your team, number one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Me being an Eagles fan, I want Sean Payton.
But you know who's going to go after him.
Yeah, and that, to me, that's the worst fucking scenario possible.
Right.
I do not, under any I don't care if this dude goes and coaches an Alaskan bobsled team. I do not want him to coach the Cowboys.
No, because he's very comfortable there. He obviously was the assistant coach with the Cowboys. He has a home in Dallas. I mean, the problem is that because of the NFL rules, no one can talk to him. He is suspended.
So after the season.
Till February. So when everybody's jogging.
So they even have to wait till after the Super Bowl? It's not even the regular season?
Till after the season is over. So that's February. So when you're trying to do everything, that's a long time.
Can you imagine the tampering that's going to go on there? And what I mean by tampering is, look, let's face it, Kevin just told us, Sean Payton is technically off limits till after the Super Bowl. That means if he has a discussion with Jerry Jones, it can't be about anything about coming to play for him. Because if not, that's considered tampering. Now, two things. One, I'm going to touch on something personal. On Facebook, I say all the time, I do not watch the Eagles play. I do not watch LSU play. I do not watch teams that are near and dear to my heart. I'll watch fighters because I'm not that attached. I don't think Kevin's actually sat with. Actually, have you? Maybe once at the bar
and
when we go out.
Eagles?
Yeah.
Well, we watched the Eagles. We watched some of the game here one time, like 2 or 3 years ago, and you were just like, "I'm like this dude. You're like David is. You get fucking emotional."
I get real quiet if things are going bad. And then usually that means the next thing that's in near or within grabbing distance is getting thrown. Right. I get mad. I get angry. And look, be honest, I'm too old for that shit. You wouldn't like him when
he's angry.
No, it's bad. So, but that doesn't make me less of a fan. That just, I know what I can and can't deal with, and I can't deal with watching my teams play. It freaks me out. I get upset. I get emotional. I act like a 5-year-old who just had his favorite toy taken from him. Yeah. Now, on to why this was brought up, why we have to deal with this on a yearly or semi-yearly or quarterly basis. Why does anyone out there think that the best college team that year stands one chance against the worst pro team?
This
is one of the most absurd arguments ever.
I think what Spurrier said it, and it was taken out of context, that Bama could beat some pro teams. And this is the thing. I don't know if someone will try to argue this point with us, but it's what you have to realize. The person that defined it the best, I thought, was Pete Carroll. And it's like, first of all, you're looking at a lot of what most people say was you're looking at any team, even Bama, they might have 6, 7 guys, if they're lucky, go pro. And they would be going up against a team that has the best of the best.
22 pros.
22 pros starting and another fucking 30 sitting on the bench. Yeah. Okay?
Pros. Not college. Pros.
That were the best of the college players, the ones that Bama is putting in. Most of the players that Bama will put out this year will be on the bench next year, playing second, third string. Now, the key is this. Where the biggest difference would be in the NFL, the best college team is the fucking interior line. That shit, when you look at a pro fucking line, the offensive line, in Bama might have one good defense, might have one guy that goes pro in the defense. You're going to fucking sit up there and try to get around fucking 5 studs that are fucking 370 fucking pounds?
How are you going to get past Vince Wilfork?
Yeah.
Who on Alabama? They would take the guard. It would take both guards in the center to move Vince Wilfork.
Right.
Because these are mature men. These aren't 22, 23-year-olds.
No.
These are late 20s, early 30s who have hitting their peak and training and eating. It's crazy. It's their full-time job. They don't have to moonlight the classes like you guys might just, But in the other...
Look at it this way. Let's look at someone like Julio Jones or somebody like Des Bryant. They were lighting up the college ranks, okay? Now, Bama has to cover 3 guys like that. 1 in the slot, 2 on the ends, and your guys, you got one corner, 1 defensive back that might go pro. 1. And now you're covering fucking 3 studs. People you got to really look at the dynamics of the game and realize that's a fucking joke.
And the other one, Keyshawn Johnson goes, you can get an all-star college football team. They're not going to beat the Chiefs.
No.
And I agree.
Yeah.
They're just not. It's a different speed, it's a different size, and it's a different strength. Those kids, because that's what they are compared to the men who play in the NFL, they would get fucked up.
Yeah.
And then Brian, who's on our Facebook group, says it'd be great to make money. How do you make money off that?
Oh.
What, are you going to put it on pay-per-view and charge people?
Yeah.
I mean, what,
People
only
are gonna
Kansas
lose
City Chiefs gets it and the rest of us tune in? Like, who, Alabama gets money? Because that's what Alabama, I don't understand. You'd have to explain how
and
they would drop money.
They would drop 5 or 6 touchdowns within the first half on them.
You know what I'd be afraid of? How many of those boys would get hurt?
Get hurt.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm on Alabama and I'm supposed to go in the first round and you said, let's go play a pro team, I'd be like, no, I'll do it next year when I get drafted.
I'm going to tell you who would get hurt the most. Who do you think? The quarterbacks.
Oh, my God. They die.
Imagine Alabama's quarterback. You've got 1 lineman on Alabama that will probably go pro. Okay, maybe it's your guard, maybe it's your tackle. Okay, so those 5 young guys that are anywhere from 19 to 22 years old, okay, are lining up against fucking some crazy 3-4 defense with somebody like fucking Clay Matt. Who knows?
Or Jared Allen. Put Jared Allen on defensive end. You tell me who in college football can block Jared Allen.
Look at the Skins yesterday with Carolina's defense, who is not a real crazy defense, but those guys were killing RG3, who's fat, who's a great athlete, and had fucking 5 pros blocking for him.
Fastest guy in the college football last year. Anyway, I think it's silly. I think it's retarded.
And we're out.
Have a good day.